we left you previously with this delightful quote from Vice President of Operations at Amazon. He was very proud of his excellent working conditions and his $15 an hour minimum wage plus benefits like their career choice prepaid educational programs. Okay, working conditions at Amazon have made news over the past few years. Back in September, Nina Godlewski wrote in Newsweek about employees who were shamed into working when injured and others being forced to urinate in trash cans. So my question for Dave is, does the Career Choice Prepaid Educational Program include the PP cans, or is that extra? There were also articles about workers in fulfillment centers who were paid so little they had to sleep in their cars. And in another case, a woman is suing on behalf of her late husband who worked for Amazon in Illinois, and as the Tribune writes, after clutching his chest and falling to the ground while on the job in 2017, Thomas Becker begged his coworkers, quote, "Do not let me die," according to the lawsuit. But the 57-year-old was pronounced dead a short time later. The lawsuit also claims company workers waited about 25 minutes before calling the Joliet Fire Department after Becker fell ill, even though there's a fire station about a half-mile away. Another issue having to do with working conditions, Amazon's feelings about unions, and guess what? They're not good. Someone leaked this video showing how Amazon educates management about collective bargaining and labor organizations.
We do not believe unions are in the best interest of our customers, our shareholders, or most importantly, our associates. It is critical that we recognize the early warning signs of potential organizing and escalate concerns promptly. The most obvious signs would include use of words associated with unions or union-led movements like living wage.
You know, whether you're for unions or not, I think the people of New York have a right to be a little creeped out by a company who considers terms like living wage to be a warning sign. When the subject of unions came up in New York, Amazon only wanted to discuss it in closed-door meetings, but the city council insisted on public hearings because that's the responsible, non-sketchy thing to do. And it was like pulling teeth to get Amazon to finally admit that they were anti-union, which they eventually actually did at a hearing. And finally, the part about this Amazon guy's tweet that drives me the most insane is the way that he proudly touts, AOC, these claims simply aren't true. Our jobs have an excellent $15 an hour minimum, okay? That part. This guy mentions $15 an hour like it was Amazon's idea. Amazon's only been paying its employees $15 an hour since October of 2018, 5 months ago. And why? Out of the goodness of their heart? No, it was because we made them do that. We called them out. Until October, Amazon was making all this money, but still not paying their employees a $15 an hour living wage. Instead, they would pay like $7.25 and literally tell the employees, and a lot of companies do this, by the way, that if they wanted to not die of starvation, they should supplement their income with government-funded food stamps. So essentially, to get them to that living wage, Amazon would pay half, and guess who would pay the other half? The taxpayers, you and me. People who actually pay income taxes, all the while Amazon's over there paying $0 in federal income tax. And it was gonna stay that way until Senator Bernie Sanders and Congressman Ro Khanna called them out with a bill literally called the Stop Bezos Act. Congressman Khanna came on the damage report with John Iadarola to explain.
These bills, what are they hoping to accomplish?
Well, it's common sense. If you go work at a company that is worth billions of dollars, the company should be able to pay you a wage so that you don't have to rely on food stamps. And yet we have these cases of multi-billion-dollar corporations, in some cases trillion-dollar corporations, paying their employees so little that those employees are still having to rely on public benefits. What this bill says is the corporations are going to be held liable for those public benefits if they're not paying a $15 minimum wage.
And guess what happened? Bezos caved. Of course, he put it his own way, saying, quote, "We listened to our critics, thought hard about what we wanted to do, and decided we wanted to lead." Whatever helps you sleep at night, dude. The pressure of true progressives looking out for extraordinary working people held Bezos accountable, and it worked. And now it's something that an Amazon executive takes for granted. And if I'm reading his tweet correctly, he actually seems pretty proud of it. So what's wrong with AOC, the city council, and some state politicians doing the exact same thing? Making sure that the cities of America don't just bend the knee when big business tells them to. Or as she said the other day,
I think it's incredible. I mean, it shows that everyday Americans still have the power to organize and fight for their communities, and they can have more say in this country than the richest man in the world.